In a world full of EDM, house music, and plenty of amazing sounds to dance to, it's time to educate all you youngsters about a beloved musician who has probably touched all of our lives. So, come with Poppy Thorny down this little hole into a magical land of music and rhythm as we learn about
Scatman's World.
John Paul Larkin, aka Scatman John, was a prolific American jazz pianist and vocalist from El Monte, California.
Jazz is chaos.
As a child, John suffered from a severe stutter that led to an emotionally traumatic childhood. But at the age of 12, John began to learn piano, and shortly 2 years later, he was introduced to scat singing by listening to records by Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. Later, in 1981, John performed on the album Animal Cells, a jazz studio album by Sam Phipps. But it wasn't until the 90s that John moved to Berlin, Germany to play jazz and received a standing ovation at the Café Moscow. That's when Iceberg Records considered combining his scat singing with modern dance and hip-hop effects, and thus, Scatman was born.
I'm a Scatman! I'm a Scatman!
In his life, Scatman John became a worldwide star with his debut single, Scatman, and followed up with his charting single, Scatman's World. He became an internet meme, released a full album that sold millions of copies, was used for a Coca-Cola advertising campaign, appeared on the cover art of Ultraman, established the Scatland Foundation, and received the Annie Glenn Award for outstanding service to the stuttering community. And we consider this man a two-hit wonder. Wow.
Scat singing. What do you think of that, huh? So, I want to thank all of you for buying Scatman. I never dreamed in 1,000 years that a scat singer would ever be on MTV. Can you beat that, guys? MTV, here it is, live and real.
Now, before I wrap up, I want to take a moment and run down a few takeaways you should be having right now. John Larkin had a stutter and went on to create world-famous songs. The man fused two very different types of music together into hits. He traveled the world, became an icon, lived on in so many ways. If that isn't enough to motivate you to get up and go after that crazy dream of yours, then I don't know what is, because that's the American dream in action.
You know what that means? It means that indeed I love playing jazz piano, but I had to learn to take off my jazz mask to become a human being. You know what that means? It means that I spent years and years and years trying to be cool and hip and all of that, which had nothing to do with jazz music. It was all an image, a genre I was trying to put out because I was afraid to show you who I really was. And I think I was ashamed of myself for years because I happened to be a person who stutters. I've been stuttering ever since I've been speaking. I used music to hide it. I had to be cool and hip because I didn't want to show you who I really was. I did not want to be just only John. And unfortunately, guys, what you see is what you get. I'm just only John. John has a talent, and I really appreciate all of you taking an interest in the talent. The whole Scatman project is about something positive. It's part of the solution rather than part of the problem.
Maybe I have a bias because the Scatman gets me pumped. Or maybe because his style reminds me of another musician. But we'll talk about that another time. In the end, I think John Larkin put out some amazing work, and I, for one, am wondering, where's the remix? Oh, wait, we do have this.
Scatman and Hatman, travel in time. Scatman and Hatman, going online. Scatman with Hatman, do it in style. Let's go, 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 and let them know.
Until next time, this is Thorny of Zaboys, signing off and saying,
I'm a Scatman. I'm a Scatman.